So here they have asked us to find out the missing terms. So first one, they have given us the area of the sector and the arc length, and using these two data we have to find out the radius of the circle. So therefore first let us write down the formula for area of the sector and the arc length. Area of the sector is equal to half r square theta, and arc length is equal to r theta. And note that in these two formula, theta is always in radians. Using the arc length formula, we can find out the value of theta in terms of r. And then substitute the value of theta in terms of r in the area of the sector formula and find out the value of r. So first use this arc length formula to find out the value of theta. We will get for all, that is S is equal to r theta. So arc length have already given us to be 8 meters. So 8 is equal to r theta. So here first we have to find out the value of theta because they have already asked us to find out the value of r in the question. So therefore when we rearrange this equation in form of theta, we get 8 divided by r. Next, let us use this formula in the area of the sector formula to find out the value of r. So for all, area of the sector is equal to half r square theta. So area of the sector they have already given us to be 32 meters square, which is equal to half r square we have to find out. Therefore let us keep the r square as it is, and then we have the value of theta in terms of radius using the arc length formula. So let us substitute that here. So theta is equal to 8 by r. So r and r cancel out each other. 2 into 4 is 8 and 4 into 8 is 32. So therefore we get the value of r to be equal to as 8 meters. So this is our final answer. So in the second question they have given us the area of the sector and the arc length, and we have to find out the theta. So here they have only given us the area of the sector. So first let us write down the area of the sector formula, that is half r square theta. So in the question they've already given us the area of the sector value and the radius value. So let us substitute these terms and then find out the value of theta. The obtained value of theta here is always in radians. So area of the sector which they've already given, that is 45 meters square. So 45 meters square is equal to half r square. So r they've already given, that is 3 meters. So half into 3 into 3 into theta, which we have to find out. So which is equal to 45 is equal to half into 9 into theta. So 9 into 5 is 45. Therefore we get the value of theta to be equal to as 10 radians. So our final answer is theta is equal to 10 radians. In the third question they have given us area of the sector to be equal to as 36 feet square and the arc length to be equal to as 12 feet. So we have to find out the value of theta. So this is similar to the first question. So you can pause the video and try it by yourself and come back and check the answer. So in the question they have given us both the terms, that is area of the sector and the arc length. We have formula for both the terms. So first let us write down those two, that is area of the sector is equal to half r square theta and arc length is equal to r theta. So first using the arc length formula we can find out the value of r in terms of theta, and then next substitute the value of r in terms of theta in the area of the sector formula to find out the value of theta. So let for all s is equal to r theta. So we need to find out the value of r. So when we rearrange this equation we get r is equal to s divided by theta, which is equal to s they have already given us in the question, that is 12 feet, and we don't know the value of theta. So let that be theta, and this is the value of radius in terms of theta. So next let us substitute the known values in the area of the sector formula. For all, area of the sector is equal to half r square theta. Area of the sector they've already given us to be equal to as 36 feet square. So 36 feet square is equal to half r square, which we have found out to in terms of theta to be equal to 12 by theta feet. So 12 by theta into 12 by theta into theta. Theta and theta cancel out each other. 2 into 6 is 12 and 6 into 6 is 36 and 6 into 2 is 12. So we get the value of theta to be equal to 2 radians. In order to find out the value of theta in terms of degrees, we can do is we can substitute the known value of pi. That is for all, pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore how much is 2 radians in degrees? So let that be x. When we cross multiply this we get x is equal to 2 radians into 180 degrees divided by pi radian. So radian unit and radian unit cancel out each other. So now we can substitute the value of pi to be approximately equal to 22 by 7. X is equal to 2 into 180 degrees divided by 22 by 7, which is equal to 2 into 180 degrees into 7 divided by 22. So 1 into 11 is 22. So we get the value of t to be equal to as 114.5455 degrees. Our final answer is theta is equal to 2 radians, which is approximately equal to 114.5455 degrees. So this is our final answer. We can use the same technique to find out the value of theta in degrees in the previous question. That is, for all pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, how much is 10 radians in degrees? So let this be x. When we cross multiply this, we get 10 radians into 180 degrees divided by pi radians. So radian unit and radian unit cancel out each other. So we get, now we can substitute the value of pi to be approximately equal to as 22 by 7. When we do that, we get x is equal to 1800 divided by 22 by 7. When we do the calculations, we will get the value of x to be equal to as 572.7273 degrees. So therefore, here also our final answer will be equal to 10 radians. In terms of degrees, it is equal to 572.7273 degrees. The last question, they have given us the value of area of the sector to be equal to as 64 meters square and the central angle to be equal to as pi by 3 radians. We have to find out the value of r. Here that we have only the area of the sector. So let us write down the formula for that. So area of the sector for all is equal to half r square theta. In this formula, theta is always in radians. So they have already given us the area of the sector and theta in radians. So directly when we substitute these values in this formula, we can find out the value of radius. So 64 meters square is equal to half into r square into pi by 6 radians. We get 64 is equal to r square pi by 12. So therefore, r square is equal to 64 into 12 divided by pi. The value of pi is approximately equal to 22 by 7. So therefore, r square is equal to 64 into 12 divided by 22 by 7, which is equal to 64 into 12 into 7 divided by 22. So 2 into 11 is 22, 2 into 6 is 12. So we get the value of r square to be equal to as 244.3636. When we take the square root of this value, 244.3636, we will get the value of radius, which is equal to 15.6321 meters. R is equal to 15.6321 meters. So this will be our final answer. If you understood the concept, subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you.